I'm Claudia Jordan from the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
And I'm Hortencia Jackson from InStyle Atlanta. So my question for you is, how does it feel from reality TV to the radio station? Like, what's the difference?
Well, the radio, it's like we have to behave, and because, you know, people are taking their kids to work in their cars, you know, at 8 o'clock in the morning. As in a reality show, they actually encourage us to read and to go there. You better get her. So it's night and day, but you know, I enjoy both of them, and I am definitely happy and proud of the way I've been portrayed and shown on the show, because like I said when I went on the show, I want to be able to have fun and bring kind of like a breath of fresh air and something different, and not just be there to fight. You know, and if I do ever have an argument with someone, which I would advise you to tune in this Sunday, it's for a reason. You know what I mean? I'm not just going to be arguing with someone every week. You know, I just feel like a lot of these shows just got a little out of control with just being negative, just for the sake of being negative or just to get seen. You know, I mean, I feel like if there's an issue with a woman, you approach her first and try to resolve it.
Right.
And with a normal conversation.
Always the right way.
Yeah, in a respectful tone. That's always been my thing. Like, I'll at least try with you a couple of times first.
Right.
And so, yeah. And I just feel like we need some more people with sense in reality shows, especially when it comes to black women.
Knowledge.
Yeah, because when you go out of the country, like go to Europe or something, right? And they watch all of our reality shows, and they seem to think that we all act the way people on television act.
Right.
And we can't just present one persona. Like, there's many shades of us, many different personalities, and it's not just the sassy sister girl.
Very true, very true. So how has this impacted your life from the television and a little bit about radio now that we hear your voice? We're not even seeing you.
The radio, I've been doing radio, but like a lot of people didn't know because they don't see you, but I did the Foxhole with Jamie Foxx for 4 years. I have my own show on Sirius. I mean, we have a big audience, so it's like pretty powerful. As far as impacting my life, I have no social life. I have to go to bed at like 10:30 at night. I miss all kinds of dinners because I have to be up at 5.
Right.
But people in Atlanta have been very friendly, and they really recognize like people on television and celebs.
They do.
Like, I go to the grocery store looking beat down, thinking, girl, I ain't no one gonna recognize me. And I had a hat on, no eyebrows, and they're like, Claudia Jordan, damn it. But people in Atlanta have been really, really sweet, I will say.
Very good. Well, thanks for your time. How is life now from the season finale?
Right now it's crazy because we're now filming again season 4. So can't really talk about that. But it's been like a roller coaster. I've had my ups, my downs. Of course, all you guys know that whole tape thing came out, and I had to deal with that. Still dealing with it. So it's been very challenging.
Right.
Interesting. I tell you what, I don't live with regret, so I'm not going to say I, regret this or that. I accept what happened, and I'm going to move forward and just make the best of it.
Right, and that's the best thing to do for 2015.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, you guys knew each other.
I don't know this happened.
So, let's talk about it.
Oh my God.
We met about 18 years ago.
Yeah.
My best friend Alta was friends with you, really good friends.
Yeah.
Invited me on this disastrous trip to Cancun. Yes. Which we shall not speak of all the things that went down on that trip. But anyways, we became friends after that. Maybe I have crazy stories, like my stories are hilarious and unbelievable at times. But then there's Mimi stories.
My stories.
10 levels higher. And we bonded over tragedy and triumph.
And tragic stories.
Like, for example, Mimi's cat was raped by a human.
By the vet.
That's one story that
True story.
Yes, we cried over it and laughed.
And laughed. Years later, because, at the time,
it wasn't a joke.
It was the worst thing ever.
Right. So what was the lesson you learned out of that? If you go take a cat to get shots, you probably should stay with it.
You should probably stay with your pet. No drop-offs. And meet the vet. Meet the vet who's giving your cat shots or servicing your pet.
The lesson is keep a close watch on your pussy. Okay.
Claudia wasn't expecting that.
That's the lesson.
You like that one? You like that one? But yeah, it's been, you know what, I was just sitting here like, we're taking pictures and people like asking us to take pictures, and I don't think either one of us are at that point where like, oh, whatever, like we don't take it for granted. Like I'm sitting here for a minute, I'm looking at Mimi taking pictures, I'm like, I'm proud of my girl. It was a time 18 years ago where we were struggling.
Yeah.
And we were roommates in LA and like didn't really know what the future was gonna be and
Scrambled eggs.
I know.
yeah. And it was like that, and that's just like, the beginnings stages of the business. Like I was more in the business. I was in business and you really weren't.
Right.
And then we just like kind of, I don't know. We both ended up on like top reality shows in Atlanta.
Years later in Atlanta. It's crazy.
Like,
And hard work does pay off.
yes, man. There's been some long days and just, I mean, just dealing with the BS in the industry and just keeping hope alive and staying positive.
Yes.
You know, okay, this doesn't work. Let me try this.
Try something else.
You know, and just seeing the people that started around the same time we did and didn't, you know, continue. They fell off the wayside, or it's just been, it's a blessing.
And just to know that you guys are motivating so many people. I mean, we have girls that, you know, always watching the shows, always listening to you on the radio station, and they're just pumped, like, I can do this, you know, so it's very, very empowering.
I just like to see, like, you know, most reality shows, it's like women fighting each other, and then, like, I just love that we have a real friendship that has nothing to do with cameras.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Can you please start saying some nice things about me? I've been picking up on that the whole time. Jesus Christ.
It's the Claudia show. What can I say?
No, I need you to talk. I need to give more kudos, actually. Can you say something mushy? We've never had a mushy. Look, this is weird, huh?
Yes, it's really weird.
Did you have any advice?
Is it falling off?
You're good. What?
Did you have any advice for Claudia going on to the show?
I've had a lot of advice from Claudia, actually.
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were here first on the reality tip.
She would call me and say, you know, I'm thinking about doing this show. What do you think? And I told her I was scared. She was scared, you know, and rightfully so. It's a scary industry, and if you haven't done it before, it could be, you know, it could take you off guard. But she's got her head on her shoulders, and she's been the same person since day one. And I would never have to worry about bumping into Claudia a year or two from now and she turning up her nose like she doesn't know. Like,
So being humble.
Very humble.
Which is very key.
Yes.
What'd you say?
I will never have to worry about that.
So anyway,